3 years. At that point, I had been an advanced director, and I went all the way back down to a consultant. We were financially sinking, and all I desired was to have my Pampered Chef business succeeding like it had in 2012, so that I could have the income to be back home with my kids. I walked throughout the restaurant for 2.5 hours with no tables. I stayed in prayer the entire time. Lord, you know my struggles. You know my desire for my business. You know our family needs. Finally, in that last half hour, I got 2 tables. I had 3 tables. I then had a 3rd table before the shift ended, and I was dismissed. Again, I was struggling to make ends meet. As I was about to leave, a fellow server told me to take his last table since he knew my situation and knew that I had not made a lot of income that week. I served Jackie and her family that evening, not knowing that my life was about to change. I brought her husband the bill for their meals, and as he opened his wallet, there was a Pampered Chef card. I was so excited, I was shaking like what I'm doing right now. You see, I had not met one Pampered Chef consultant in 3 years in the new town that I had been in Jefferson City, Missouri, and I was yearning for someone to network with and to get me through my slump, help me. I remember telling the Lord, thank you. I don't know how to approach this. Check in somebody else's wallet. And what's to come with meeting my first PC consultant tonight, but I know this is your plan and your will. I went back to him and I said, not that I was looking, but I happened to see a Pampered Chef card in your wallet. Is that your wife who's the consultant? And she said, yes, I am. I asked Jackie how long she'd been a consultant, to which her reply was 8 months. My heart sank. What would a new consultant know that I didn't know? What could she share that would change my business? She had just come from conference and was full of excitement. I asked, how many cooking shows do you do a month? None. Okay. What? Jackie then said she did 10 or so virtual shows a month. Oh, Facebook shows? I said, no, they're not just Facebook shows. I do pictures and products, info, recipes, games. I was intrigued. We ended up having lunch the following Wednesday. 2 days later, I began my first 3 virtual parties, which led to 140 virtual shows in the next 10 months. I'm so grateful that Jackie was willing to share with me and change my life forever because of a tiny bit of information that I didn't know and I was missing. I had heard of Facebook shows, but just thought it was a glorified catalog show. You probably thought so too. I thought this would be a great way to earn a little bit of that extra income that my family needed. But it turns out it's 90% of my income now. You see, I was in an area where I knew no one besides school and church. Even though Jackie has no reason to benefit, she was willing to help me. Since beginning virtual parties and Lead, I've been able to pay for things I would never have imagined. I paid off our car 11 months early. I've taken my family on 2 paid vacations. I even just paid $20,000 towards our down payment on a house we closed in June. With a built-in pool. And so we just relocated back to my home state, Indiana. Lead was a big reason for this success. Holding 8 shows made me want to hold 12 to 16 because I like to challenge myself and go over and above. I was inspired by amazing women like Noelle Borchardt. I practiced it a little bit. Sarah Johnson, Chris Madden. Those are people on my lead team. I wanted to be like you and them. Our homework made me reach out of my comfort zone and contact those who maybe I would have blown off. It's amazing what can happen when your shows are in place. The recruiting became a habit and the words flowed easier because I was able to relax and just share what my passion for this business is. Having a full calendar and not stressing also freed me up to develop my team. This year has been a dream come true. I was able to promote again to advanced director. I've now promoted 3 directors since March 1st. Earned my first level 2 Puerto Rico trip. Earned excellence in sales for the first time. Earned elite seller for the first time. And my next step is executive director by December 1st. And I have about $1 million team sales, so we're getting there. Having the home office team, Kathy and Julie, has been outstanding. Do we agree? I had never had this kind of leadership training in the past. LEAD allowed me to feel included, encouraged, accountable, recognized, and not compared. I am working with like-minded people who are goal-driven. I was encouraged to be extreme with my goals and reach higher than ever before. What can you do by reaching higher than ever before? On our spring break in March, we were passing Pampered Chef home office, and I realized that I could take my family here for the first time, or there, close. As we were pulling in, I received the last 2 orders that I needed to earn excellence.
Wow.
Yes, I was bawling like crazy. Keep in mind, 3 years ago, in the last 3 years, I've lost so much. The first thing my 10-year-old son said, "Does this mean we get to go out somewhere nice for dinner?" Now I have a passion to share the knowledge I have gained from LEAD, as well as my personal experiences. I've implemented some strategies that have worked well to help my new consultants have successful results. I always, underlined, have them set up 2 virtual parties to begin with on the 1st or the 15th of the month, whichever is closest. If it's more than 7 days out, then they begin the first Monday. So if they sign on Friday, they have 2 shows that start Monday. Even if they want to do cooking shows, I want them to earn all that they can in their first 30 days. By setting these shows, it allows them to jump in and start making money right away. My team members usually qualify within 3 weeks. Many of my consultants are doing $2,500 or more in their first 30 days. They continue to consistently do $2,500 to $5,000 a month. They have full calendars right away, and I rarely hear that, "I can't get any shows." Some have even earned $15,000 in less than 90 days. Team recognition is huge for me. Learning from LEAD what type of leader I was and what I wanted to be like was a big eye-opener. Remember how it felt when Kathy and Julie, for us in LEAD, did shout-outs on our LEAD page? Even if our team is earning on a smaller scale, they want to be recognized too, with shout-outs, daily text, emails, happy mail, personal notes, green by 15. It only takes a minute to change someone's day or their week. Be sure to watch the numbers and help them reach levels they may be unaware of. Most of them have no idea how close they are to the next level. When your new consultants have a fantastic start and begin to fall in love with the FedEx man, because of all the things that they earn in addition to their income, they'll be more apt to staying around longer. When they see that Pampered Chef can work, they want to keep working it. When they see that they can take their business anywhere with virtual parties and cooking shows, it allows them to be more successful. Recruiting isn't an option for my team. I talk about it right away. Who do you know? Make sure you ask all hosts. Recruiting and booking shows is their job. LEAD didn't allow us to do just shows. Once the first round of shows begins, we start dreaming of what $500 cash bonus looks like, for promoting in 90 days. What a full kitchen of great products is like, or what a paid vacation would look like. Let me ask you this. Have you done this for yourself as a leader? Have you dreamed of what it would be like as a senior director, or an executive director, or someday a national director, executive director? What could it do for you? Could it change your life? This is a glimpse of my past year, and I'm excited for what the next year looks like. Last question, where do you see yourself in 1 year?